Alrighty. Let's see. All right, let's do it. I don't know if this is gonna cover anything if I scroll. Okay, it's not. Fuck, this is a long thing. All right. Let's go over SPL stuff. Alrighty. Yeah. See, I don't know what's like been public and stuff. So it looks like it's right here. So, is there a point of going over this? I guess we'll go over this first. Yeah, we'll go over this first. It looks pretty good. Okay. So we'll just go over. I'm not gonna read like the individual stuff, but this play-in tourney. I think this is a good idea. The play-in tourney for SPL, but there's also a reason why all other esports has removed the play-in tournament for their pro leagues. It's a bit different because all stuff is in-house and stuff like that. But play-in tourneys are usually really, really bad for top end stuff. We're muting the music. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Anyway, for play-in tourney stuff, this doesn't really make too much sense. Okay, now it's just weird. Okay, hold on. Perfect. That's great. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, play-in tourneys for SPL. It's a good idea and concept in my opinion. I just don't think it achieves what they necessarily wanted to achieve, just because there's not enough teams in the league. One, I don't like that if you're gonna do a play-ins tourney, you can, in my opinion, not cap it at 10 teams. You just have to have a play-ins tourney, be a play-ins tourney, and you have to let literally anybody that wants to create a team play in the play-ins tourney. That's just so it's equally giving every single team or player a chance, and there's motivation for every single player that plays the game that wants to go competitive in the game to then, potentially play the game at a very top level. Obviously, with that brings in a lot of problems with like getting visas and stuff, of course, for people like flying over and having that all done. But play-in tourneys, how a play-in tourney is you just have to literally let every single team in. If there's 500 teams, you gotta let 500 teams play right through it. In my opinion, I don't think it should be on LAN. This play-in tourney, and if it's going to be at LAN, I mean, if it was dream scenario, there would be a venue and you would have play-in tourneys, and everybody that wanted to play in the play-ins tournament would have to fly out themselves and be there instead of flying them out from themselves. That's what other esports do, like Halo. I mean, Halo's the biggest one. They literally had a major tournament that had like fucking 700 teams that flew out to be there at LAN to play the game against like top level players. That's just how play-in tournaments are laid out. That's, in my opinion, the best way to do it. I understand why they're capping it at 10 teams. That's just because they're the ones that are flying everybody out. But it is what it is. What is this? I can only use the same picture every single time. Okay, don't know what that is. So yeah, that's one thing. Kind of wish that they kind of just left it as a play-in tournament, and then everything's just online. You want a link to it? There you go. but it is what it is. Yeah. I don't know what your opinions are on that. Here, do you want me to put like chat on the side here? Is that better? Is that better? That's better. Yeah. I think if HR approved them selecting the rosters work, 7 of the 8 teams were competitive by the end of the year, with it being an unfortunate situation. Yeah, I mean, I always want, fucking hell, I can't click now. Not being able to like play in the, or like, I don't know how to word it. It's just a little weird. Play-in tournaments are usually going to be just like any team can play in, so it's a bit weird. It's restricted. Do I think it should be bigger in an 8-team league? Yeah, I think it should be a 12-team league, and it should be EU and NA, 6 teams in each league. And then high risk covers for both sides, where if you wanted to play in EU, then they would pay for you to get a visa in EU. And then similar to how it works is the other way around, where it would be an NA as well. But yeah, play-in tournament definitely should be, you know, thought about. It's the first time doing it. I don't really agree with play-in tournaments. I don't agree with relegations. Just because it literally fucks people over for next year. And it's just not a good look for the league. In my opinion, rotating out players like that is just very weird and super sus. Yeah. Let's see. New season. Season phase felt too long. Playoffs events didn't feel impactful. That is true. This was criminal. Playoff events didn't feel impactful in the qualification path. The world was a little too confusing. It wasn't even confusing. It just was shit. Super demotivating to hard win. Like your phases. Phase 1, 2, and 3, and they mean absolutely nothing, and it goes nothing towards it, and it's just super demotivating to play in something that means nothing like that. Yeah. Short phases are in the red zone, are looking to create more meaningful playoffs, events with cross-league competition, help SCC to compete alongside SPL, lead experience. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. I think that's okay. That's a good thing to have for the league. You're gonna spam fucking booba, then hey, we're getting off the stream. So yeah, why do they remove relegations? Because it's just bad for the league in general. Every esport that had relegations in the first place removed relegations. Because it's just bad and doesn't upkeep your league in any way. So yeah. Do you think there should be a point system then? Like wins and placement gets you points, playoffs offer more? Yeah, I mean, everything should matter. Fun.
Solar Zero R Troll just subscribed.
Yo, San, thank you so much for the 11 months, man. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Scam for almost a year. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that when your league, so it like, okay, we played 8 weeks. Okay, we played 8 weeks, and let's say we're first. Okay, that us being first for those 8 weeks means nothing towards anything besides the playoffs, that you don't even face every single person in the league anyway. There's no what's it called, losers bracket. There's no, I mean, yeah, there's just no losers bracket. It's not double elim. So like saying the best team is always winning is just not true. So yeah, kind of wish that there'd be a losers bracket for every playoffs, and especially fucking worlds, man. Change of the map of conquest, I don't know, we'll see. I'll talk about that not. But yeah, this is okay. I think this is a fine change as it is. Bringing SCC into more things, I think, is important. Yeah. Wish there was more to it. But don't really know the format. And yeah. Even LoL doesn't have WLM. Yeah, but they do have a like month-long worlds that is group stages that are super fucking competitive, and then it goes into the bracket. We have 5 games to watch for the hypest tournament of the world, or of the year. That's not hype, you know? Watching 5 tournaments or 5 games for the whole entire year just kind of sucks. Yeah. Onto coach pay structure and responsibilities. Yeah, I don't know. Coach pay increase is fine. I think that's always a thing. Prizing percentage, I think, should, you know, I don't know about this. Helping coaches out in general is just a good idea. And yeah, that's fine. Making them optional, that's fine as well. See what people do. You can get pretty flexible with it. And yeah, hopefully this is good. Increase support for SEC. I don't even see this. Pretty more closely competitive for semi-pro teams, establishing professional brands for SEC teams. Yeah, see, this just isn't gonna work. Establishing professional brands for SEC teams just won't work because they're always switching out players and going back and forth all the time. With like new players, you have to put a pretty big restriction on that. So yeah. And I honestly would rather just have EU, more EU than I would SEC teams be pushed into it. But again, I'm a bit biased. I like international play. International play is more competitive, or just more hype in general. So I wish there was more NA-EU games. But yeah. Worlds being the same format as playoffs events really hurt the hype hype of it from a fan's POV. Yeah, I agree. I think it's pretty I think it's pretty unfun. I was not a fan this year. This year, out of all the years, felt like the least hype. But not really much you can do. But I do think things should change going into next year. Placements were more hyped than SWC. Yeah, that's because the event was a week long, and it wasn't 3 days and 5 matches. It's a week long event, and it's 5 matches. You just can't have that for Worlds because it's just so unhype. It's just so boring. Just give me a double elim bracket, and it starts on fucking Tuesday or Wednesday, man. Like, your hype is your hype is like literally okay. Now obviously Worlds was hyped, like this is my biggest thing. Okay, Worlds was really hyped this year. I mean, Leviathans won. That's super sick. They fucking grinded. That's like awesome hype for them. Hype to watch. The casting was great. Everything was great, right? But literally this play-in tournament, okay, this is going to be more hype than the Worlds because it's a longer event and it means a lot. People that are like watching this play-in tournament, like people are gonna be like, it's gonna be hype to watch. Like this is gonna be sick, but it's gonna be more sick than Worlds, which it's just kind of backwards. Yeah, that's why T1H, like having double elim just really proves who the best team is. It takes longer, and I understand like the no second chances and stuff, but having double elim just really kind of makes it hype, and it like really proves who the best team is. Like, let's say we lost, let's just put it in, we lost to Leviathans, right? In the first round. So then we would face Scares beat Jade. Yeah, so then we would face Jade right after, or like after then. So then we face Jade. Whoever wins comes out of that, right? And then Scarabs lost to Titans and Leviathans lost to King. So then or I guess the bracket would be different. It would be a bit different because there's not enough teams. I just remember that. But anyway, you would cross over the brackets and you would compete that way, which makes it more hype anyway. Because any team that's coming from a loser's bracket is just going to be hype. Whoever's making it out of the loser bracket just makes it hype. Yeah, my biggest thing is the advantage thing. You don't want to give a team ever one game advantage, especially in MOBAs. It just doesn't really work in MOBAs. I think you would just have to make it equal. It's really hard to give an advantage in a MOBA. It's not like other games. I don't know how you would do the advantage, but yeah. I mean, your advantage is choosing side. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to just have it. Bracket reset? No, it would take too long. I think it'd just make it equal. Just make it equal and you just have choice aside. Fuck it. Send it. Yo, what's up, booming? Yeah. Alright. On to the next one. And then the little roadmap out to it. So you get 10 days of agency period, promotion tournaments, 18th to the 20th, which is... Wait, the promotion tourney is only 2 days now? Wait, I thought it was supposed to be a week. Why would the promotion tourney be Tuesday to Thursday? You have 10 teams. You do 10 teams in 2 days? Oh. Yeah, but it's still 2 days. Oh, wait. Controlling. 18th to 20th. Yeah, it's... Okay, I mean... That's fucking cringe. They're not doing a week-long event.
This is gonna be fun.
Corvonus just subscribed.
Still in January.
Hi guys, less than 3.
Yo, Corvonus, thank you for the 32 months. Listen, alright, I'm still waking up. Okay, the brain's still going. This is still a bit weird. I thought it was supposed to be a week-long event, as far as I understood. But I think it's also just because they limited it to 10 teams. Season 9 kickoff tourney. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that entails. Usually these things just go terrible. Yes, there's 10 teams. Is it like best of 1? I have no clue. Surely they at least do best of 3. No, they shouldn't do 7 games. Hammy. I don't know what this is. Usually kickoff tournaments do really bad because everyone's just trolling because no one wants to show strats right before the tourney starts. Or like the phase starts. And yeah. So it looks like they shortened it down. They just did 4 weeks per event. Which is good. It looks like this is going to be a big event because it's labeled as SMITE Masters. So this should be some type of event for 9 days, which that's good to see. That's a longer event than usual. I don't know what Masters seeding LAN is. That's literally 2 days long, right? Not a biggest fan of that. That is literally 2 days. So that's kind of weird. Not sure how that's gonna happen. But a 9-day LAN, that's sick. Surely that's going to be really good. Hopefully we get to see what this looks like and see how the bracket looks like. Maybe it's going to be a double elim tournament. If it's 9 days, surely it will be. 10 days. Wait, this is literally 2 days. Oh, you're saying this is 10 days? Yeah, but the first day I'm pretty sure is flying in, so I don't count that as a day. So this seems good. This seems like it's going to be a big thing. Hopefully. This should be good. Good for the game. Whatever it becomes. Then phase 2, you get a nice little, breaky. It's not too bad. Actually, that's kind of not that long of a break, but whatever it is. And then this phase looks longer than the first phase. Kind of weird. But then, I mean, hopefully this means something as well. It doesn't have this, which I don't know why this isn't here as well. But this is also a long event, so surely it's going to be good. Hopefully they're just at somewhere and they're not at hopefully they're just not at the studio, and hopefully it's with fans, because that's really big in my opinion. I think everybody right now is craving just having some type of LAN tournaments to go to. I think that's just the best. Season 1 is 3 weeks. Yeah, it's kind of 4, but yeah, I don't know what this is, but yeah. Phase 3, like that should be the longest. All-Stars Invitational, I think it's good to see them bring back this. This has usually always been fun for the players. It's usually not the best thing to watch because it's not like the most try-hard thing ever. But it's a nice little break to break up the phases, so that's a good thing for sure. And then SWC qualifiers and right into Worlds. Yeah, they were deciding between this December 2020 or just January. This is I think it's just important for them to decide as soon as possible for marketing and see if there's any events going on. I know unfortunately this year while Worlds is going on, I think League was having some type of event, and also kind of feels a bit weird because it doesn't really can't really like say like, oh, they're the Worlds of this year, because they're literally into the next year, and that can kind of mess up marketing stuff. December's okay, but that's just so cluttered with like people flying for, you know, family stuff and everything like that. I mean, I think I would always prefer January, just because there's literally nothing going on. January, nothing going on, that's got to be good. So hopefully that yeah, stays there. Yeah. And COVID, yeah, hopefully that shit just fucking leaves, man. I'm over it. Fucking hell. Let's see. Let's feel rusted. Promotion tourney. Do they not have what the promotion tourney is? That's the season 8, all spring. Well, is that what they're calling the promotion tourney? The promotion tourney is the 10 teams left. Wait, Sod, out of curiosity, do you agree that a play-ins tournament should literally be any team that wants to play? I'm doing good minute. How about yourself? I'm pretty sure a play-ins tourney should always be as many teams that want to play. No, so it's just top 10. It's just top 10 aspiring teams. A play-ins tournament, though, should literally always be as many teams as they can get. And then they just pick and choose the good ones, and they only stream the good ones. If there's 500 teams, man, there should be 500 teams going into play-ins. You know what I mean? Yeah, so they're just choosing whoever's left. I'm pretty sure a play-ins tournament should literally always be like every single team that they can get in, because it just adds hype and it adds people's motivation to keep on going, because they always have a chance. Coaching and play, this is fine. This is, I think, an okay increase. I think it's weird the coaches are the only ones that get a pay increase and the players don't. But I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, exactly. Saw it. That's what I'm pretty sure of as well. But yeah, good to see the coach pay go up. Pretty sure the player pay should go up. That's just how esports ecosystems work. In esports, the players' salaries, because they are valued as X amount, because usually the lifespan of an esports player doesn't last as long. Every single year, their value as a player increases. So same with the coaches. So in my opinion, both should be going up. That's just kind of how that goes. Yes, coaches were paid less. They were paid 26. Yeah, coaches do not have to be in a team. But yeah. This seems interesting though, that they have like a more designated role. Hopefully stuff changes and stuff like that. Or I mean, this is fine. It's fine they get a cut and stuff like that. Usually the cut is decided by the players. But yeah. But it's optional to get a coach and stuff like that. So you guys get an annual raise? No. We got an annual raise if you're part of an org, but now that they removed orgs, you do not. Pro League format. Phase 1. Single round robin format, best of 3 matches all the way. End of phase seeding LAN to determine seeding for SMITE Masters. Phase 2. Wait, but they don't show what this SMITE Masters LAN seeding thing is. So I don't understand what this is. Yeah, I know, Sep. It does. Inflation fucks your ass. Phase 2, double round robin format, best of 3s. That's fine. No end of phase seeding LAN, as seeding will be determined by phase performance. Wait, what? Wait, end of phase seeding LAN to determine. Wait, what? Wait, are you supposed to fucking wait? So this means nothing again. Oh, for fuck's sake. Wait, this again means nothing. So why play this if you're gonna get into a LAN that determines your seeding for 4 masters anyway? Ah, for fuck's sake, dude. And then I'm guessing this also means nothing towards worlds, which is annoying. That's the biggest feedback that they got. Yeah. This as well. It does not seem like this means anything for worlds either, which again is the biggest feedback that I believe they got. That these things need to mean stuff for worlds. Or they just have no meaning to them at all. No end of phase seeding LAN as seeding for SWC qualifiers will be determined by phase performance. This is okay. This is not okay because this doesn't mean anything. The only thing that matters is worlds, and you should be getting something based on your performance for playing the 8 weeks that you have to play here. If you're playing 8 weeks, this 8 weeks should mean something more than a tourney. Or it's just very like, it's just very demotivating and unfun to play 8 weeks straight, and it doesn't mean anything towards world, which is always the end goal. Yeah, definitely important to have that. Yeah. World should have a loser bracket, yeah. And then they show this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Was it that was the same, right? Or did they do Thursday? I don't even remember. I think they had Thursdays of this year. Thursday was SML. Okay. SMITE Masters format in season 9 3. Moving away from 3-day SPL. Wait, 3-day. Wait, what? In Season 9, we will be moving away from the 3-day SPL exclusive playoff events that we used in Season 7 and 8. Instead, we were bringing back the SMITE Masters to end each phase, which intense cross-league competition between season. Our hope is that these events will feel more exciting. Sure, man. I don't think this does anything. I don't think this really does anything. But the lands have to like not be in studio for it to matter, like or feel meaningful. But obviously it's COVID, so I mean it's whatever. But you know, other esports are doing with it. So yeah, that's about it for Season 9 stuff. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I will do my best to answer. You guys have any comments or anything on that? Did I read patch notes? Oh, that's next. What do they get rid of world points than they did for Season 6? I actually don't know. But I do hope there are some changes. They already know the concerns like of the pros and everything like that, so hopefully things will get changed. They bring back the point system. They had in Season 7. They didn't have a point system in Season 7. None of the lands meant anything. Games don't. The games get the games done and get out. I don't know. I don't think they wanted that, but it just wasn't very like good. Where's it supposed to so I can read it every day? Yeah, there you go. It's in the thing. Biggest thing you're looking forward to in Season 9? I mean, just playing again. Do you think they expand worlds in Season 9? I don't know. Probably not. Why don't they copy League such as Dota? That's impossible to do. League and Dota have way more money, so you can't really do that, unfortunately. Bring back orgs and NAEU versus EU. I mean, NAEU is fine. Orgs just don't give a fuck about SMITE, unfortunately. Some do, but most of them don't. The plan is going to be any group that wants to compete. Yeah, any team from NAEU can compete into that play-ins, but yeah, but they choose the 10 teams. Would you prefer to go back to an online league, international competition again, and revive competitive for EU? I mean, I always think that there should be EUNA because that was just the most popular for SMITE. Online league, I don't know. Probably not. Just a lot of competition. Just a bunch of issues with having a online league. But I do think if they were to bring back NA EU, that would bring more interest to orgs, and I'm sure that they could probably rent out a place for a year to see how it would go in EU. And get a building for like that to come back. For EU competitive to come back. It is a pain in the ass though. And it's very hard to run an EU league, especially with the amount of people they have for the league. Is there purse for phase playoffs and winning them? Yeah. There is. How does Worlds feel with all the COVID stuff going on? It feels like shit. It's like to hear an inside perspective. No fans is boring as fuck, and it's pretty demotivating, unfortunately. Especially when you're seeing other esports having LAN events. Kind of sucks. Conquest is too fast right now. Like watching a 30-minute game isn't as hype as watching two teams that take it to the wire. 45-minute barn burner. Well, the games kind of were decided on one team fight at Worlds this year. Yeah, they are going in the right direction. The thing that they need to change is that it means something for Worlds. Do I know anything about the patch notes? I will be reading patch notes soon. It's 18 or 16 or 8 teams again. 10 teams for the play-ins, Mr. Sly Badger. Only it doesn't work because of ping. Yes, if you're having NAU, it wouldn't work because of ping.
This is gonna
Gotta
be fun.
be online, NAB LAN.
Max KO515 just subscribed.
That would just create a lot of problems, I think. Yo, Max, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime, and also that would feel shit for the EU boys. Deck City wants EU teams to have at least one game on their ping. Deck City wants EU teams to have at least one game on their ping. No, because they're supposed to be at NA LAN anyway. I thought Misaka would be the coach. It's fine, whatever she wants to do. Enough money to do NA SPL and EU SPL and have a LAN studio in like UK or Germany. Yeah, it's just very expensive for them. Could they do it? Probably. But it's also not on the esports side of things. It's more, yeah, other stuff. I think there should be Super SPL and to do a SMITE LAN league. We're gonna see a second league instead of the lower league. Well, there's always an amateur league, which is considered the lower league, and every single esports sport, everything like that, they're always considered lower. That's just kind of how the design of that is, right? Thank you, Max. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 3 months. As the little place my rises, games are going to get more and more about one fight. Yes. And it's just about how dumbed down the meta is. Which I was pretty disappointed to see where the meta went from phase 1, which for season 8, like phase 1 was possibly the most enjoyable meta I have ever played, and that wasn't even when I was winning everything. So it's not even a bias there. Phase 1 was super enjoyable. It was super unique. It was the first time I think ever where like there was both the side lanes that had a laning phase that mattered, and then they kind of just dumbed it down and removed that. But the nerf to Bluestone and the buff to shitty Warriors Axe and Vamp Shroud and shit like that just kind of completely dumbed it down and removed that really like impactful stuff where you can outplay people. I think Smite has so much potential and it's so hyped to watch when people are making outplays because of how the game is. But they do. The casual community just fucking hates that stuff. They're a bunch of babies. We should cross league play. I don't know what that means. Necro. You're supposed to. The meta definitely did not help. Yeah, I was unlucky. It was actually it was okay. But yeah. Any limited Olympian candidate you should vote for? You should vote for Soch. Right here on this link. Ours ain't got money like that. You'd be surprised, my friend. What do you think of active relegation promotion? I hate relegations for the current state and how the design of the league is right now. I think relegations is really bad, and they're only doing it because people complained last year about you can't get in if your team isn't good enough, which, I mean, playing tournaments are just very lame, especially when you have very limited time to practice on them, and as well, it kind of removes people having a break, which, for the mental sake of players and stuff like that, it is pretty important that people do end up getting a break. For me personally, I haven't had a fucking vacation in like 4 or 5 years. Fuck that shit, man. They nerfed the damage in both the early game tank items. Exactly. Also, they just missed the ball on starters, unfortunately. Last year, they did a really good job at the beginning. They really had it, in my opinion. Obviously, some weren't bought, but everything was like on an option. And there's just a fuck ton of people that complain, and it gets removed, and now it's impossible to fucking balance it. What do you think about World's Finals? I've been hearing a lot of people say it was extremely boring, but I thought it was pretty enjoyable because how clean it was. I thought Leviathans played good, and they deserve Worlds. I don't think people were saying it was the games were boring. Just without having a crowd, it doesn't feel like Worlds, and also the format is the same exact thing that it was for playoffs for all 3 splits, so it feels like shit. Will need to be squishy early game. Well, I mean, boots kind of yeah, boots removal kind of fucked this whole thing over. But yeah, there should be items in the game where you cannot just build defense first item and Senator Tower, or be scared and terrified of your fucking life like a little baby, and actually use your game for the mechanics that it has, where it's a third person, all about aiming instead of making it AFK farm route, and not fun. Actually, it's not even not fun. It's just kind of lame, especially from my perspective, and I know a couple of other pros as well. The competition is there, but it just gets dumbed down because of how the community is, unfortunately. They have some. I mean, we're listened to, but we have less say than what the community says. That's about it for season 9. Do you think Towers and Phoenixes are weak? No. I think so. I appreciate it. Blue Submitter was the best. You actually get carry games from solo. I mean, it's just added more variety into the game. Not going too much forcing plans. Do you think the effects everybody's visa process from EU that wants to play has already got it in the works. I think the problem with the play-ins tournament is that it can't have infinite amount of teams, which that is what a play-ins tournament is. What you use in your beard to make me want to rub my face all over it? Well, I use nothing actually. Thank you, Barrel. I appreciate it, man. You fucking little stream grinder, you ditched me for viewers. I respect it. Hopefully you fucking slam that ad button. Doesn't see design changes. I'll be talking about that after. I think it's about done. All esports is done, so I think all esports stuff is done, so yoink. Alright. Just got the caffeine sweats. When did you wake up? Okay, so esports stuff is done. That kind of ramps it up. Can I get an example of when phase 1/2 meant something? When there was a land to go to? Or if you play phase 1, okay, and you have a chance to go to like Sweden for an event, right? You're like, fucking hell, I want to fucking grind and get there. That's sick. That's super fun. Or I'm gonna go to like Vegas at a tournament. Like, yes, I want to go to that. That's just super. It's just hype, and it's nice to be doing something. It just adds hype. Having LAN events is always hype. That's not at the studio every single fucking day. All right, well, that covers that thing.